Fourth in fantasy with the morning rush. Good morning, everybody. If you see how my boy Rocco feeling, we feeling nice, dandy, and clean. I got on a nice little historic Mario Cooper jersey. Couldn't find my lamb, but good Sunday to everybody. We're going over the week 9 starting sit. So get the questions flowing and growing, and we got more for you. Let's go.
Hey, yeah. I don't follow no script. I make my own lane. Got a spreadsheet mind and a red rash brain. Dynasty beats got that tape in my veins. While they drafting by names, I'm exposing their game. No cap. We study the craft like film room rats. Gyms in the fourth while they stuck in the past. It's levels to the dynasty keep or flex. From rookies to pros, we demanding respect. That's real. And I ain't never need clout for my clout to show. Just a mic I take and a team I grow. This ain't just picks, it's principle G. It's fourth in fantasy where you build your legacy. We 10 toes down, yeah, we.
We're 10 toes down and we stand on facts. How we feeling today, Rocco?
Feeling great, man. In the honor of the recently passed Halloween, I am Puka Nakua today.
Puka Nakua.
With my Vincent Vega wig on. Had to bust it out of our costumes box for this special podcast. This hair is fucking going everywhere, so I don't know if I can make the whole podcast with this hair. I never had this amount of hair, so I don't know what to do with it. But
I said, Rocco, I told Rocco, I was like, that don't looking like it's a little itchy.
Yeah.
But happy Halloween, everybody. It's football Sunday. Let's get to it. And if you didn't know, I'm Honcho, and this is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco, but I'm Puka today.
And we're your fantasy football playbook to more championships. And Rocco, where are we the land of?
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos, by Dynasty Sickos. Everybody's welcome.
Well, everybody is welcome. And I'm trying to get more wins today. I'm trying to get more dubs. We already have some comments in here. Let's get to it. Dylan, good morning to your player. He says, morning, let's have a day. Let's have it. Full PPR, one flex. We have T. Higgins versus Chicago, T. Kraft versus Carolina. You already know I'm going with that Kraft against Carolina. It's going to be a damn day. Have Warren at tight end. So can you not sub or can you not have both? Because honestly, I would go Kraft at your tight end spot and have Warren at your flex. Leaning Kraft, Flacco shoulder worries me, and Chase billion targets. Yeah, you already know how that gonna go with it. Project to be close to a matchup with my opponent. Rocco, what do you think, man? I feel like my G Dylan, if you could throw in the chat, if you are able to start two tight ends, I would start both of those guys. It could be a week. What do you think, Rocco?
You said he had other options. I'd like to start both, but it sounds like this is going to be a super slim lineup setting, and that's why he's got a lot of options. Maybe it's a redraft because I know a lot of redrafts. You know, it's like almost like you got super teams everywhere, and Kraft was, he was a value early in drafts this offseason. So, a lot of good teams have Kraft on their squad. People that listen to our podcast and listen to Chev and heard that he could outscore Brock Bowers today. Wow, these comments are coming in fast. But from what I'm looking at right here, it looks like Joe Flacco is good to go. He's still questionable, but they're saying he's going to play. And you gotta ride this right up to game time because how many times have we seen people that were supposed to be good to go, but they wind up sitting, and a lot of this comes from the players who always say they're good to go.
That's a Drake London post.
All that being said, yes, exactly. All that being said, I think I'm gonna ride the hot hand and go with Kraft here.
Yeah, I like that. And you know how I've been about my boy Warren going crazy about him. I was number one, thought he was going to be a top 5 tight end coming in as a rookie. Mm-hmm. He has not let me down like some other rookie takes I've had. Our boy Damien, good morning to you. He says, good morning, my guys. Loaded question this week. Full PPR, ETN, Monangai, or Tracy at RB2. Then The two losers are Tet at flex. I'm going Monangai for sure, for sure. I think that's going to be honestly that's why he's on the thumbnail. I do think I think Kamanunga is going to have a real nice week, RB1 type, performance. I still don't think he's going to take over Swift, and we've seen in previous years before Swift does get banged up, but they're going to they if they want to keep having some success, they want to keep him healthy out for the rest of the year. So shout out to Monangai. I think when we were going over rookie takes, we wanted him to go to a place where he would be able to get some touches, and I'm glad that the Chicago Bears appreciate all of the uh, short kings out there. Kyle Monangai holding it down for us. But long story short, full PPR, I'm going Monangai, but I do like Tracy. Ain't gonna lie, but I do have Monangai over Tracy right now, and then the two losers or Tet at flex. I like Ted. I'm gonna keep riding with him. How about Rocco?
Okay, so ETN is a option here. I'm seeing.
Yes, ETN is an option.
Man, that's crazy how we've already, ETN started out the season so hot, and now all of a sudden,
It don't feel bad,
he's
right?
he's with Tracy and Monangai, and
Yeah.
who would have asked this question, 3 weeks ago or so. Um, Let me look at the matchup here. Sorry, I just versus the Raiders. It's not the toughest matchup, but I wonder if they're going to get Tootin more involved after the bye. So I say all a lot to say. I think I'm going to go Monangai.
Mhm.
How furious will we be as fantasy managers if Travis Homer winds up getting,
Ha.
a lot of work in this game, and he's splitting with
Didn't the
Monangai?
isn't that what the
That
Patriots fan said about the Jennings? He cared like what if he ends up getting more touches than Travion Henderson? Like
Yeah, it's like
Henderson on his
it's
way to
like
be employed.
it's like a guy we haven't heard of before this week getting like fucking 15 carries. I
Yeah.
think we would
So
fucking riot in the
what
streets.
where would you
So
go here? Oh,
I think I'm gonna go Monangai. I have him irresponsibly ranked on my league champ rankings. I think I have him as 12 overall. So I've steamed him all the way up. And what was the second question? Those two losers, which would be ETN and
between if you wouldn't start
E-
on, I suppose. But
ETN and Tracy or Tet. Shit, I'm going Tet. He's gonna get he's gonna get the touches. He's gonna get the targets. So I'm going Monangai and
and then
Tetaroa McMillan.
quick one. What do you expect from Suge? And I'm thinking Jawan bum ass will be his favorite target. Well, what do you think? A quick target for that one for him.
I mean, Jawan's bum ass was Spencer Rattler's favorite target. That's why Spencer Rattler's sitting on the bench. You keep throwing to Jawan, and he's getting there by volume, but he's making
Jawan
like the
John.
most boneheaded plays you've ever seen for a guy that makes that much money. So, uh, fuck that guy. I hope they find a way to get him off of my football team. But I think I am going to go. I think Shuck's gonna target the wide receivers. I really do. I think he has a live arm. He probably doesn't know how to play football, but I'm hoping that he can continue to target Chris Olave, and hopefully he can throw the ball deep to Rashid Shaheed in this game. So I'm not expecting wins, but I am hoping for a better offense than we've seen in the last couple weeks.
Good morning to you, Coop. If it's your first time tuning into the show, like, share, and subscribe, and appreciate you supporting. He asked, start two, what 2 point PPR? Oh, okay, I get it. Monangai, Hunt, Debo, or Diggs. I'm going Monangai. And honestly, a surprise start would be Hunt here. With Pacheco being out, I could definitely see him getting some TDs here. Over, I definitely would take Monangai over Debo. I would definitely take. It's a toss up between Hunt and Debo. I mean, not Hunt and Debo, but Hunt and Diggs. But I probably go with Hunt just because I think he does have some sneaky value there. So that's probably my target guys, Monangai and Hunt here. How about you, Rocco?
Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go Monangai and Hunt because I feel like I can count on them having a large role in this in their upcoming games. And believe it or not, Atlanta provides one of the tougher matchups against outside receivers. So Diggs could have a little bit of trouble against that Atlanta defense that is
Yep.
much better than they've been, in past years. And they're actually kind of carrying the team with the offense kind of, hit or miss so far this year. So I think I'm going to go Monangai and Hunt. I think I'm going to buy into their roles on their team. And I think they should be looking at about at least 65% of the running back share
Yep.
today.
I like it. Morning, fellas, from our boy Jay Simpson 29. He says, Morning, fellas, full PPR, Brissett or Mac Jones, Flex, Jennings or Kraft. Tucker Kraft? Come on, cuz, don't do that. I'm going to have to go Tucker Kraft every time over Jennings at the moment. I think Tucker Kraft still has a day as they're going against the Carolina Panthers. And then Jennings, if you're talking about Juwan, they go against the
Jawai? Yeah, okay.
Juwan Jennings. They go against the New York Giants. So I'm definitely taking Tucker Kraft. And then Brissett could have, I would say, a sneaky day against my Cowboys. I hate to say it. Trey McBride could very much have a day. I'm not saying Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to kill us, but I could definitely see him getting you potentially a 11-point day. McBride could definitely go for 20. I'm not going to lie for you. And I hope he doesn't do us that bad, but he might just do us that bad. So our defense is at a historic, we call that buttermilk buns ass. Okay. Not good. I'm telling you. So long story short, I would probably, Mac Jones is a little banged up. And he has a New York Giants defensive line that's pissed off, and I think they want to try to go out and improve a little thing. So I might sneakily have to go with Brissett here over Mac Jones, and then obviously Tucker Kraft over Jennings. How about you, Rocco? Really quick one.
Um, this one's easy for me. Always start everybody against the Cowboys until they prove that they can stop anybody.
At this point,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have. I'm looking at it here. They have the highest over under for today's games at 53.5. Dallas and the Cards. So hopefully we're looking at a shootout today, and hopefully they get the over today. So there should be a lot of fantasy goodness. I wouldn't have been this confident if Kyler Murray was in the game, because
no.
our short king probably can't see over Dallas's line. So that it probably wouldn't have been the fireworks that we love to see. So I'm gonna go with Brissett. So I feel like he can have a good 300-yard day and get at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. As far as Jennings and Kraft, Jennings is a sneaky start this week because he looks like he's getting more healthy, and it's a good matchup against the Giants, whose front seven is ferocious, but their backfield of the defense, their secondary is not as great as their front seven. So I could see Jennings working the intermediate portions of the field and having a good game. So I think both can be good starts. But I'm gonna ride the hot hand in Tucker Kraft. Is there a tight end premium that could push me one way or the other? But I feel like Kraft is more studly than Jennings in this week.
And then we have Jonathan Santiago. Welcome back to the show, player. PPR. Start Sutton or Tracy. Well, Denver Broncos has the Houston Texans, who have a very stout defense and corners at that, and I believe Stingley would cover Sutton for the most part. Actually, I don't think he travels much in that defense. I will probably lean Tracy, to be honest with you. Yes, they are going against the San Francisco 49ers, but it is a very banged up San Francisco 49ers. They don't have Bosa. and they don't have Warner out there. Still a good solid defense. Excuse me, defense. But I like Tracy with him getting the workhorse touches. With sorry to hear it, Cam Scatterboo. Hail up player. Hope everything goes well for you, and you get back soon. But now it's Tracy's show, and I'm glad I held on to the shares that I did have. But I would go Tracy here.
Yeah, man. Let's pour out one for my guy Cam Scatterboo. It was funny is the way he got hurt was not the way everybody predicted he would get hurt. Everybody was worried about my man's brain, but like I say, you can't injure a brain that he don't have. So it wasn't the concussion; it was the foot turning around like the Exorcist, completely the wrong way. Disgusting injury. My man, get healthy, man. Some of the memes and videos that come out kind of funny. I saw one where he was in a wheelchair, but in his helmet and in his jersey, and he was ramming his head through through the drywall at the hospital. So, some of those things that have come out is kind of funny. But that's all I have to hold on to my Scatterboo. I was gonna get a Scatterboo jersey when I won league champ this week, but we're gonna wait another week. I'm not gonna get an injured player's jersey, but pour out one for my boy. I don't even know what we were talking about. What was the question?
But we're moving
Sutton or
to
Tracy?
yeah.
Sutton has a terrible matchup. He's going up against the premier elite corners of Houston. So I would be more interested in the slot player, and I wonder if they're going to put Pat Bryant in the slot this week. Marvin Mims is banged up; he has a concussion. So today could be a sneaky start to get Pat Bryant out there,
Yeah.
who may have the better coverage assignment there. So I'm gonna go with Tyrone Tracy here.
I like it. We have AS back in the house. Pick three. All right. Point happy PR, London Pickens, Debo, Ted. Damn, this is a loaded ass question, my boy. I ain't gonna never gonna lie to you. We're gonna do a couple more and then we're gonna go to the commercial for our boy at League Champ. And shout out to Addy that's in the house. Good morning to your player. Always good with you.
Spookin' Nakua in the house.
So
Got my Vincent Vega hair on today.
AS says pick three. Some real quick headers for half PPR, London, Pickens, Debo, Tet, also Jay Warren or ETN. That's very loaded, but I'm gonna still give you an answer. London, because you always got to follow the targets. Definitely going Pickens because he a dog. And I probably like Jalen Warren here, no Kizzy. But there it goes against the Colts. So I probably would still roll with a Tet McMillan. But you couldn't give London Pickens and Tet. Fuck it. How about you,
Okay,
Rocco?
it's a mouthful, no diddy. I'm gonna go London and Pickens off top. Those are easy. They're every week starts. And Tet clears Debo. I feel more confident in his target share weekly. But Debo is interesting because McLaurin is out and JD5 is back. So is the question Jalen Warren or ETN or Debo, or we're talking about a running back spot, RB2 type of situation? You said Warren plays the Colts today. The Colts are a
Yes.
tough run defense. But also, there could be some shootout, some comeback potential there. So he could be the pass catching back. ETN until he shows what he's done early in the season, I don't feel as great about him. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Warren today
Good. I like it. We have quick one.
because
Oh, go ahead.
because Caleb Johnson has been sent to the shadow realm and may never return.
We got McLover. That's about. I believe that's the first time I've seen you on the show.
Mike Glover.
Mike Lover. Uh, Thank you for tuning in, supporting the show. Glad to always have you wherever you're viewing us. He says, start one, Caleb or Jacoby. All right, Jacoby once again has the Seattle. Yeah, no, sorry. Jacoby is for the Cardinals against the Dallas Cowboys, and then Caleb is going against the. Who do they have? Who do they have? Goodness gracious, I can't even find them on the damn list. Chicago, Cincinnati. I don't know. Cincinnati is also Swiss cheese. So I don't. That's a hard one for me. I probably still go Brissett just because of how ass Dallas Cowboys defense has been, and I hate to say it, but it's been straight basura. But before we hit a couple others, we're going to go to quick commercial. We were back after this break. And we are back at it. So I get back to it. Hope once again everyone's having a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. The Morning Rush coming back with you every Sunday, bringing the vibes, and maybe Rocco with the hair. You just never know what you're gonna get each week. We have don't know really know how to say that, but Wandier. I like it. Nevertheless,
One, yeah.
worried about Sutton this week. Roll with him or pivot to Spears. Fuck Spears. Excuse my language. Spears, Jacoby, or waiver wire flyer like Horton, Trey Tucker, or Parker Washington. Well, I would say to all that, I'm always not going to pick Spears. So I could be a hater. And they're also going against the Los Angeles Chargers. So I don't like Spears. I'm rolling him up, putting him in the backwood, smoke him out the way. Jacoby, they have the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like that matchup, but I don't like Trevor Lawrence so much. Or sorry, not Trevor Lawrence, but Geno Smith, who's been kind of up and down, not what we kind of wanted expected from him this year. But I still like Jacoby against a okay Jaguars defense. Or the waiver wire flyers, he said, with Torrey Horton or Trey Tucker. Actually, I think Trey Tucker's a sneaky start. So I wouldn't be upset starting him this week. And he could give you a solid 10 points. No kizzy. I probably go Trey Tucker here as a flyer. But if you go Spears, don't go be mad at me either. But I'll go Trey Tucker. Why not? What about you, Rocco?
I might go Spears here, honestly. Or maybe not so honestly. Spears might be quietly taking over the top role at running back in Tennessee. I mean, it seems like our guy Tony Pollard's been running into a brick wall every week. Spears has a little bit more athleticism when his knee's intact. He's a better pass catcher. He's just more explosive, and playing the Los Angeles Chargers, that could be a lot of garbage time. So he could be the pass catching back in comeback mode, because I don't see any world where Tennessee is going to be leading this game at any point. I see most of the game them being down 2+ score. Yeah. So I'm intrigued with Spears this week. I will say that Sutton is your stud. But also keep in mind he has one of the tougher matchups this week against Houston's tough secondary. So I think I'm going to go Spears here.
I like it. And then, sorry, McLove, I know we said you before we cut the break. Back to you, though, player. Start one, Caleb or Brissett. I probably roll with Brissett here just because of the Dallas. Damn, I was going to say, yeah, there's going to have to be a pause moment. I'm gonna go with because the Dallas defense isn't that well. So I would definitely roll with Brissett. Crispy's in that house. Shout out to you, my G. What about Michael Carter? There's I don't know because I heard conflicting reports where he was taking the early snaps in the week, but it's going to be Knight who gets majority of the snaps. I don't know. I'm not starting either one of them, I suppose, but it could be up for one of them. I guess go Knight and feel okay. Then we have Jay Rogers. Who should I start? Two running back, two wide receiver, and one flex. Josh Jacobs, Rico Dowdle, Nico Collins. Throw Nico Collins because, or throw him in there because Parker or Patrick Sutton's out. So he is good to go. And Marvin Harrison Jr. I was just telling Rocco where well, I'll just say it. Well, I don't think that the wide receivers are going to kill us for the Cardinals. I think the tight ends is going to, McBride is going to kill us from us. He's going to have a good day. I can see Marvin Harrison having a at max 12-day, cool, get you out the way type business. But you said start two running backs. I'll go Josh Jacob, of course, and then probably Travion Henderson. But watch Mike Vrabel screw us all, and Travion Henderson gets like 8 touches. I promise you, I'm gonna smack this out you. I'm gonna lose it that day. But Josh Jacobs and I will go Rico Dowdle because why not? I've heard throughout the week he's going to get majority of the carries going forward over Chuba. So throw him in your lineup. F it. How about you, Rocco?
Yeah, I think this one. I think this one's pretty simple to me. I think I'm gonna go with Josh Jacobs. He's your stud. Start your stud at running back, and I think I'm going to go. Oh, Rico is so enticing. Um, he had those 200-yard games, but also he's playing up against a tough Green Bay defense, which is one of the better teams at stopping the run so far this season. So I think if I need upside, I think I'm going to go with Trevion Henderson. He should be utilized finally, especially in the passing game where he's very explosive.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Henderson because of Rico's matchup and Josh Jacobs as far as wide receiver. Start your studs, Nico Collins, easy. And I think I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison just because of the matchup. Uh, he should eat against the Dallas Cowboys today. And I usually don't recommend Marvin Harrison at any point, but because of Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter, I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison. And one for flex. You basically, this question is basically which one do you want to sit, because you only have one person to sit out of all of these people, Jay Rogers. And while you're here, like, share and subscribe, join our completely free Discord. I think I'm going to sit Sutton because of the matchup. Plug Dotto into your flex.
Aaron Ria, sup guys? Start Dart or Caleb? Dart, just because I just like the dog in him. But Caleb, he's going against the Cincinnati Bengals, if I'm being quite honest with you. So once again, Swiss cheese. So I don't know. It's hard to bet against the aura of Dart. That's the crazy part about it. That's like he just if it wasn't for Scatterboo getting hurt, I would be a quick, easy Dart for me. But Caleb could also have a very solid type game. So the responsible answer for me would be Caleb, right? But fuck all that. Give me Dart just to say it. He's hard in my he's hard in my QB rankings this week anyway.
Yeah. My guy, what the fuck is his name? They're all world defensive end. Used to be a Saint. I'm just drawing a blank. Henderson.
Henderson.
Yeah. Whatever. He's out today. He's out today. And before that, Cincinnati was one of the softest defenses in the league. They invite shootouts weekly. So I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams. But watch Dart outscore him. But Caleb Williams, if he's going to have a get right spot at any point this year, it's got to be against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. But I think both are good starts. But
And
yeah,
my good friend, best friend at that, is in the house. My boy back at home, Greg. Shout out to you, player. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. He says start one tight end, Laporta or Warren, and then for RB2, Kyron Williams or Jalen Warren. Well, Laporta, they are going against the Minnesota Vikings, and I feel like those games are always historic. If you have Jameer Gibbs, do it. If you have him in here, look for him to have a 25 plus point game. I'm looking for it. But uh I would say start one. I'll go Warren for sure, for sure. I love Tyler Warren with they're going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he looks like he's very much I would say you could argue the number one after I'm talking about in the receiving game. If you go probably Warren, Pittman, something along those lines of Pierce. Obviously, you still got Taylor that gets involved. So I love Warren here over Laporta, and then for RB2, I feel good about the Rams going against the Saints defense. I probably start Kyron Williams here, but we have the Saints fan right here. Let's see what he says. Go ahead, Rocco.
yeah. I mean, Kyron Williams clears Jalen Warren. He's more studly. So I start my studs in Kyron Williams. While he's still the starter, which I've been predicting will end for the last 2 years, but he's still in there.
Ain't throw him in the
While he's
basket.
in there, you gotta go with the Rams starting running back. And as far as Warren or Laporta, Laporta has a midi matchup, while Tyler Warren is playing the most soft defense in the league, the most uh, terrible. What's the most fakest defense in the league?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a word in my mind, but sometimes we live on these podcasts and words escape me. But I say all that to say that Pittsburgh's defense is soft as baby shit, and they're living off of their reputation as the steel curtain. But they haven't been that defense all year. So obviously, go with Warren. He has the second best matchup according to our guy Josh Larkey. So yeah, go with Tyler Warren.
I like it and appreciate you tuning in, player. Love you always, man. And then we have our boy. Oh, sorry, almost Santiago. My bad, player. He says Dallas and Arizona definitely won't have the highest score for today's games. You think so?
I'm
You
just
think so?
report. I'm just reporting what Vegas is saying.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck? You must know who the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
You must not know how bad the Cowboys
You
defense
might not know
is.
how that goddamn Cowboy defense. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna
You
come
must
up?
not know how bad the Cowboys defense
Well, no,
is.
I think no. Just for a backstory though, we are going against the Arizona Cardinals. Clayton Adams was their previous coach over there. I believe he was their offensive line coach. We ended up hiring him as our offensive coordinator, and he's been an absolute blessing for our running game. Shout out to Javonte Williams. So I think Cowboys have more of an incentive to come out of this game and win. Dallas in 7. We're whooping ass. Belt. I said that. I know I said that last week. I know I said we were going to do that against the Denver Broncos last week.
You lied.
I lied. All right, but we back at it. We back at it again this week. I'm telling you. Okay, start that shit. Feel good about it. Dallas Cowboys in 7. Let's get it. Coach Drew.
Cowboys getting spanked today.
That also might be also happening, but that's also another realm.
I'm just trolling.
Coach Drew is in the house. Appreciate you tuning in, player. What's good, my dudes? Damn, the Denver defense killed my fantasy last week. Well, but still rolling with Ferguson and Pickens today. Defense, though, who you starting? GB or Green Bay or Chargers? Green Bay or Chargers versus Tennessee Titties?
Tennessee Titties.
Tennessee Titties.
He remembers.
Tennessee Titties and whiskey, dog. Yeah. I'll let you take this one, Rocco.
Man, you start everybody against them damn Tennessee titties.
I get some Tennessee goddamn titties, boy.
I had that on my notebook here. That see, I think we should start a movement to get them renamed the Tennessee
Tennessee
Titties.
titties.
I bet you they would be better, and I'm very certain
Mm.
that Chev would be aboard on this one.
I definitely
Actually,
at least
I'm gonna
for
text our good friend Chev right here to
at least
ask
in
him what
the
his thoughts are.
at least during breast cancer month. You know what I'm saying? You could just have a let that be what the
All
Tennessee.
months,
Oh,
all
but
months.
but what do you
You
think?
want to win games? Then yeah, this has to happen.
So what do you think? What are you rocking here with this question?
Oh man, that's a lot.
So basically, defense. Who
I
you
don't think
starting?
there's a question. I think the
No.
you going Chargers.
Okay, good. I like it.
Easy, easy.
He also says liking the new hair, Pook. Right, I'm telling you, but that shit look itchy as hell. You know, you go out to the store like that. I'm gonna call the police on you. I'm telling you. Come lock them up. I'm just gonna
I'll
get them
be
out the
scratching
way.
like a crackhead in about
Get
an
them out the
hour
way.
or two.
Addie says BTJ, which I just want to say, but we're talking about pouring one out. Let's pour one out for that boy because they're talking about Jaguars are at least talking about, and they just lost Travis Hunter. So I don't think they're gonna trade Brian Thomas. But well, they didn't lose Travis Hunter, but they lost him to IR for at least 4 games. I would probably go because the Seahawks are playing the Washington Commanders, and then the let's see, what was it? BTJ, and then the Seahawks, the BTJ. Jaguars have the Raiders. I would probably go. I'm still gonna keep believing in KW3. It's like I just have to at this point, and he might disappoint me again this week, but we're not going. But we just have to take, sign up for that pain. How about you, Rocco?
I want to say KW3, but so far he's looking like one of my bigger losers. And I don't think it's because of his talent. I think it's because for some reason they keep playing inefficient Zach Charbonnet way too much. So I think I'm gonna go with BTJ. I feel like they were trying to get Hunter into a number one type position. He's been trending up the last couple weeks,
Mm,
but now they need BTJ this week. And I know I say all this, and it's going to be like Parker Washington and Dynamic Brown, but I got to go with BTJ this week.
I like it. And we have Morrison in the house. Good morning, my G. Hope you're
What
doing
up,
well, Mr. Ray.
Morris Dean?
Morris Team, hope you're doing well. Good morning to you. It's happy Sunday. We have Michael Regine. I'm just going Regine. I know I know I'm mispronouncing some of these names, and I apologize. But full PPR, Loveland or AJ Barner. For a wide receiver, we have Trey Tucker, Franklin Horton, or Parker Washington. I probably go with Loveland here, just as Cole. I think Cole Komet is back, but I still like AJ Barner, no lie. And I know a lot of people hate on him because they want to see Arroyo go in there. But I still love AJ Barner and what he does for that offense. Wide receivers, I like um, Torrey Horton has a sneaky start here with. I'm not sure if Cooper Cup is going to be out or not. I know there's been talks of him being a scratch this week. They've called up some wide receivers off the practice squad. So I think Cooper might be a sneaky, a very late game sit. But if I'm going anything, I'm going to keep riding with Troy Franklin as he got a dub last week. Yes, they do have a tougher matchup this week as they are going against the Houston Texans. But fuck it, man. Ride with the guys that you love. And I very much support and like Troy Franklin. How about you, Rocco?
Yeah. Cole Komet's back. I just confirmed. It looks like he's back, and I also looks like Cooper Cup is out. It said that the latest news report I see says that they do not expect Cooper Cup to play. He had one of those midweek injuries. So I think I'm going to go with AJ Barner, as sick as that sounds. And as far as wide receiver, yikes. I think I'm gonna go with Troy Franklin. I think he has the most upside. He's been getting a role, but he also has a tough matchup as well. But let's see if Sean Payton can't get him matched up against some of the easier matchups there, and they can move him around a little bit. I'm gonna go with Franklin.
I like it. And we also got Jeff Love, Brother Love, Buddy Love, if you will. Monangai or Henderson, half PPR. Thanks, guys. I like Monangai here just because you said half PPR. But if this was full PPR, I might ride with Henderson. But Monangai, I think, gets a lot of touches this week. And it's going to be nice and sexy against Swiss cheese Cincinnati Bengals. How about you, Rocco?
I think you got to go Monangai here. Um, I feel better about him getting the full workload than Henderson, who Coach Mike Vrabel just hasn't shown an affinity for giving many touches to so far this year. So give me Monangai. I feel better about him getting 65 to 75% of the touches.
And like, share, and subscribe. And we have more Steen still in the house.
Hendrickson.
Hendrickson or whatever. There we go. Trey Hendrickson.
There we go. Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
it comes to
brain
you when you don't even
complete
think about it.
complete brain fart. Sometimes when you got this camera on, your brain just doesn't work correctly.
Jamie, morning to you, player. Hope you're doing well. And he says, "Oh shit, I actually have a couple questions for you guys. Start two: Jalen Warren, Genty, Vidal, or Worthy." Well, I already know what to give you for that one, my guy. I'm going Genty, and I'm going Vidal. How about you, Rocco?
I think that just kind of looking here.
Because we got Genty, once again, he has the Jacksonville Jaguars. Warren has the Indianapolis Colts. Vidal has the New Orleans Saints. And then Worthy has the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I think I am going to go Vidal because he has one of the softest matchups on the week against the Tennessee Titans, who already look like they're closing up shop for this year and looking forward to a very high draft pick. So I'm going to go with Vidal, and I'm going to start my stud in uh, Ashton Genty. He's going to get the touches, so I'm going to stick with him until he proves that he's not worthy of a start.
The Stefan, good morning. He says, good morning. Need help picking my second RB spot and my second flex spot in full PPR matchup this week. Decided between Bam Knight, Rico Dowdle, Jordan Addison, and Kenneth Walker, DJ Moore, or Rico Dobbs. Well, if you need for your second RB spot, I would throw it would be between Rico Dowdle and Kenneth Walker. I probably lean towards Rico Dowdle. And then for your flex spot, go ahead and throw Jordan Addison into there. I think he's been actually very serviceable for this little bit month and change. He didn't, and I think he actually had 11 points last week as they are going against a looks like Detroit Lions defense. Yes, they are. I wouldn't say it's the toughest matchup. They are pretty good, but it's not the toughest. And I think they can still have some type of production. But we got to see what JJ McCarthy gives us. Some people don't believe. I don't know how to believe. In between the lines. Hopefully he comes out. But shit, Carson Wentz damn near throw out his whole shoulder trying to keep that offense going. So, and that's just to say Rico Dowdle and Jordan Addison for me.
I'm going to go with Bam, who I just confirmed that it looks like Bam is going to be the starter for the Cardinals. And we're going to start everybody that plays against the Cowboys weekly. And the other one is Jordan Addison. I read somewhere that him and JJ McCarthy have a excellent relationship, and he's one of the closest guys on the team. So they should make magic happen.
Make some magic happen, baby. Jamie
Mhm.
came back with a question: RJ Harvey or Carter versus? And come on, man. Only I can say the Cowboys people. Watch your mouth. I'm on your head. I'm just playing. RJ Harvey or Carter? I would probably go. Yeah, okay, hear me out. 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 All right. So if RJ Harvey, if Sean Payton finally sipped the Kool Aid, if he finally is believing into RJ Harvey, then I still like him in your lineups, and I hope he gets more involved in the passing game. I think they saw what he could give you. He didn't even need a lot of touches to do it. He ended up having like 20 plus points. Nevertheless, it was against a Dallas Cowboys defense, but I still think he can have a very serviceable role if Sean Payton lets him. And then you say Michael Carter. See, I don't know if Michael Carter is going to get majority of the snaps. Maybe in the passing game and in PPR, he might be a little bit over Bam. I still roll RJ Harvey here. How about you, Rocco?
Um, I want to say RJ Harvey because he did score 3 touchdowns last week. But I'm going to pick Michael Carter for the same reason that RJ Harvey scored all those points, because he scored all those points against the Dallas Cowboys. So even though I do like Bam against a collapsing Cowboys defense, I do respect the Cowboys offense. So hopefully the Cowboys can uh, can put up some points against the Cardinals and force the Cardinals to have to get into some 2 minute type situations. And I think Carter can spam his way to some catches. So I this is a hard decision because I don't feel good about either one. But I think Carter has a better chance of some PPR scamming this week.
Crispy said, I have a cat named Titan, and I call him Titty.
Tennessee titties.
Okay, my boy. And this is I always wonder what people be nicknaming the animals, and I mean, hey, it's hard not to forget a titty, right? Shout out to you, Crispy. 101. Morris Steen came back. Who are we streaming out? Brissett, Mac Jones, Jay McCarthy, Rogers, Ward, or who? Oh, and who could you go with? Rest of schedule. Uh, I don't think we might see Kyler Murray for another couple of weeks, big dog. That's the crazy thing. We might see a soft benching, if you will. I hate that term, but Kyler Murray might just get put on IR secretly out of nowhere and just ride with Brissett for the rest of the year if they end up losing this game. Mac Jones, it really just depends on his health of his, because he's a little banged up as well. But streaming, it's hard not to keep rolling with Rodgers. I still think he shows out, even though I hate to say it because of he's an asshole, but he is actually having a very cool season. So I do like Aaron Rodgers. I probably stroll out Aaron Rodgers here for sure. We got to see what JJ McCarthy does for today though. If he comes out and doesn't look good, Vikings are in trouble. But I probably roll with Rodgers. How about you, Rocco?
I mean, there is a chance that JJ McCarthy doesn't look good today because they're playing a tough Lions defense. So I look for more of flashes than him, like, kicking the
Kicking ass,
Viking
yeah.
kicking the Lions ass today. But as far as your question goes, I am going to go with Brissett. To the reason we've been saying all podcasts, start everybody against the Cowboys weekly until they give you a reason not to. As far as the season goes, um, like Huncho said, Brissett could start the rest of the season because he's looked leagues better than Kyler Murray in his 2 starts so far. Um, but there is always a chance that Kyler Murray does come back. So with all that being said, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers, who's looked like the most consistent guy on that list so far this year.
And shout out to my other good boy, Stephen Wilson, tuning into the show. Welcome, player. Glad to always have you. He asked, Bills defense or Patriots defense? Patriots are going against the Atlanta Falcons, and then the Bills defense has obviously the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-mm,
Ooh. See,
mm-mm.
you don't want to. I
This
don't
is
think you want
easy.
to. I don't think you
Yeah,
want
you
to.
don't want to test. You don't ever want to test Patrick Mahomes, even when he wasn't playing well.
That game is
Uh,
always historic.
yeah,
Always
yeah, yeah.
historic.
You might get negative points in that one unless
Yeah,
you luck into like a pick six or fumble return touchdown. So yeah, I'm not testing Patrick Mahomes today. Go with the Patriots.
yeah. I second Rocco here. For your boy, you throwing that one piece, boy. I tell you,
That motherfucker keep coming
you
by
throwing
my
that,
mouth and I'm freaking out.
you throwing that one bang bang. I'll tell you that. Mm. Addy says, "Die on that hill with me, bro."
He's talking about Hendo.
Yeah.
He talking about Hendo. He's ranked Hendo at a
Mm.
top 24 weekly, and it might have cost him some league champ weekly championships. I'm not gonna say it has, but it might have.
Hey, more of my people's in the house. Shout out to my boy Davis, VA. Shout out to all y'all for tuning in, man. Glad to always have you. VA in the house, 703-571. Stop playing with us. Boop, 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 boop. Anyways, back to it. And that was a little strong. Shout out to my boy Steven again. Jamie, he says, I just actually made what the hell's going on today? I just made a titties anthem last night. It was so good. I might have to change the title of this YouTube title to titties somewhere along the lines. Might get copy or might get a little strike or whatever. I think we still might be on warning from the first little one
Hey,
that
we
we
can
ever
say
had.
titties. We just can't have NFL video on here.
Shit crazy. It's in the style of West Coast gangster rap like NWA. I have to send them titties to you. Yeah, go ahead and send them titties, Jamie. Go ahead. Addy says Cup is likely out. Yup. Billy Bob, good to have you, player. Jennings or Knight in flex PPR. Myers, Sutton, Ken. I guess Ken and Allen. Jennings, pick one. Thanks. Jennings or Knight in flex. All right. So is it Jennings or Knight? All right. I feel like that's one question. So I'm just going to karate chop that joint down, right? So Jennings or Knight? I'm probably roll with Jennings and flex PPR, but as Rocco probably go Knight just because Knight's going against the Dallas Cowboys. And then you said in flex PPR, Myers, Sutton, Allen, Jennings. Keenan Allen is going against the Tennessee Titans. And yes, he didn't have a big week last week, but he could bounce back. I think Lab McConkey still has a nice week. Aronde Gatson has taken a role, and it doesn't look like he's slipping back. So that's another thing to point out there. I probably would go still Jennings here. I think, like Rocco pointed out earlier in the show, Jennings is a sneaky start this week. How about you, Rock?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Jennings as well. I'm intrigued with Knight, but only in in when you have weaker lineup options. Jennings has a real get right spot this week.
Yeah, you are, Merstein. DJ, I know. Degens actually said that DJ Moore is going to go nuclear today. We're going to have to hold him to that receipt. That's Dynasty. Remember that. I'm just saying.
Shit, I might have to put his ass in then.
Uh, and then we have our boy Zach. Good morning. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the support this morning and y'all tapping in with us. He says, "Man, Rico or Parker? Parker Washington? Like Parker, like that's from the Jaguars. I'm probably go Rico still over here.
Man, I'd rather go Devontae Parker than Parker Washington, but I will admit that that Parker Washington has looked like one of the better targets, one of the more trustworthy targets for Trevor Lawrence, and that's just because I don't know why that is. I think that's just because he hates his studs. But yeah, Rico, Uncle Rico.
Rico, and not and the good one, not the bad Rico where they bust down your window and now you know what I'm saying. The good Rico.
You
Uh,
have involved in a Rico case.
you know what I'm saying. Pick one: Walker, Woody Marks, or Spears. I still want to believe in K Dub's three. Woody Marks though has the Denver Broncos. I still believe in their defense, so I would probably. I'm still going to roll with K Dub three here. Kenneth Walker the third. What do you think, Rocco?
This is actually an interesting dichotomy because all three of these guys are in timeshares and they have low floors because of those timeshares. I'm intrigued with Spears just because I think the game flow could favor him in this game.
Hmm.
Um, Marks, you just never know if they're gonna roll with him or they're gonna roll with
That's right.
Chubb weekly. I say all that to say, fuck it. I'm going with my guy Walker. He's the most studly of the group.
Okay, Dub three, man. We still rolling with you, man. Even if they don't like you. Uh, and yeah, hold on. Like my motherfucking boy Greg said, stop playing with my boys, dog. Stop disrespecting. Let me get up one more time. Stop playing with us, dog. I mean, stop.
I'm not disrespecting the Cowboys. I'm just going off of what we've seen so far this year.
Feel me?
We go off of facts,
You know what?
and
Now
the
I gotta
facts are the Cowboys have been
now,
getting
now
roughshod, run
listen,
on all year
bring the
in
mic
all
here.
facets of the game.
Let me bring the mic close so y'all can see this joke. We putting a 40 burger on the boys tonight. Stop playing with me. We going what we doing tonight? We talking
Well, the good thing
disrespectful
is that
today.
the Cardinals are going to put up 38. So
We talking disrespectful today. Cowboys whooping ass, boy. Let me put the mic down. They don't want that sport. They don't want good my
his fucking
gracious.
hair.
Addie says tons of money too.
Wait,
Cannot.
wait, 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 wait. We missed one.
Oh, hold on. What we?
Morristein.
Oh, my bad, my guy.
But this
He
one's
said,
pretty easy though.
he says flex one Woody Marks or Gats. Yeah, that's easy. Gatson every time,
Gaston is the number one
every time,
for Justin Herbert.
every time.
He is the number one in that passing attack, and take I will take no disputes until it's proven otherwise. He is the number one. He is the one getting Lad McConkey open, not the other way around. Go with Gaston.
Yeah, that's an easy one. And shout out to Gats. Once again, I love every time when it happens every year where a prospect or a player just has a bigger role or turns out to be better than what we thought they were going to be, except for if we were Chev. Chev was all the way behind Gatson, and I wish I got more shares out of him. Let's see. It said we def making a titties anthem when you come back to VA. Yeah, we got going to drop that album, drop that soundtrack. But looking at some other matchups today, and remember, get your league champ rankings in. There's tons of players that have been ruled out at this point or who are going to see more of a role today. Kyle Monangai should definitely be somewhere in your rankings, fairly highly at that. If you have Bam Knight or any Michael Carter in your top 25, I understand it. It's disrespectful, but I understand it. But Rocco, looking at some of these other guys, like when we spoke about a little bit last week, where we thought Jonathan Taylor was going to continue his season of RB1, I still think he's going to be RB1 this year when it all turns out. But who are some guys that underperformed last year, or not last year, but last week, that you could see having a bigger week this year, like Christian McCaffrey, Bijan? Do you see those guys bouncing back? We have Bijan going against the Patriots, and then we have McCaffrey going against the New York Giants.
Yeah, I like CMC this week. I like CMC every week. I don't ever let a bad game or a slow game or a game where he doesn't perform up to expectations take me off of CMC. He's a weekly starter.
Mm.
So yeah, there's no world in which I sit him for any reason.
And then on top of, I'm one storyline I want to because it sounds very interesting because he was mentioned in quite a few trade talks or the whispers of trade talks when they weren't doing well. But Mark Andrews this past Thursday had two tutties, man. And he was I had him fairly I think I had him tight end six this week, or tight end five or
Oh,
tight end six this
nice.
week. So I was glad to see him come out and show. But do you think he gets traded now, or do you think they're going to try to make a late playoff push?
No, they're obviously pushing towards the playoffs. Um, what they said, and what it's got to be is basically every game from here on out is a playoff game for them because they cannot afford to lose any games. I think that if they'd have lost the Tyler Huntley start, I think that they may have had a push for next year, but they won the Tyler Huntley game, and then they
Mm,
beat the freaking brakes
belt
off of
to ass.
Miami.
Belt to ass.
Beat the brakes off of Miami. So yeah, I mean that team is a team to kind of invest in because I think they're going to be playing at a high level weekly going forward.
They had no other choice but to, or be out the playoffs quite quickly. They probably need to win out for the rest of their games, and then see how the rest of the division goes. And my boy Rose is in the house. Shout out to you, my guy. He says, "Where the parlays, or what parlays we putting in?" Shit, you tell me, OG. I'm trying to hit the lot like you. Shit, you can throw that,
Shit,
hit the
don't
big
take.
pack.
Hey, bro. I can rank some players. Proven by all the free jerseys I got coming my way. But as far as making parlays, I'm not the one to ask. If you want to hit a parlay, um, just do the exact opposite of whatever I whatever I advise because parlays is not my wheelhouse.
I would say though, when we're looking at some guys that could have lower props, like Kyle Monangai, he might. I have to go look at his prop now to see how they have him. I definitely see him hitting that thing today. If we're looking at any player this week going against the Saints, Puka's definitely. I would do receptions. I think he's gonna, since he's back. Hopefully Devontae Adams gets some stuff a tutty. Kyron Williams, I definitely got to see what his prop is like, but I would definitely go that direction too. Uh, we got some other guy. Oh, Christian McCaffrey, definitely have him in your parlay because he's pissed off that he did had a solid week last week, but I think it's going to be better. Hopefully Drake London's back. That him being a late scratch last week very much hurt me because I was so pissed off, and I had to start some scrubs in his spot in a lot of places. It was a very tight week for me. So yeah, those were for parlays type. Jamie says, in my guillotine league, Kraft, Kittle, or Bowers. Bowers is back, and you know how I feel about my dogs. Shout out to that when we got over Florida yesterday. You know how we was gonna rock with that one. But Kraft, once again, he's going against the Carolina Panthers. I still see him having a pretty big day. Kittle, Mac Jones, I think it always can end up being, a very solid day for him, or he could give you 5 points against a New York Giants defense. And then Bowers, this is his first week back. So I don't want to root against my dog, but at the same time, I want to see how he is post injury. How does he look movement wise? Can he still get in and out of routes? And how featured he is off rip? Are they going to ease him in, or is he going to get full snaps and be a full go? Because I know that's his personality. He didn't want to be out to begin with. So if the dog in me wants to go Bowers, right? And hopefully he sprinkles hell on everybody this week. But the responsible answer would be Tucker Craft for me. How about you, Rocco?
Kraft.
See, easy money right there. He also
Kraft, but
said,
I do like Kittle as well. Just to add a little bit in there, I do like Kittle as well. Bowers, I mean, he's been hurt all year, so I'd like to see it before I start him over those great options.
and he just sold Gatson this week for a 2027 first. I ain't mad at it. I would have won a 26, but hey, Gatson getting the first off when you probably got him for like a third round pick, fourth round pick, or maybe even waiver wire. Solid move. Can't be mad at that, Jamie. Good shit.
Humble brag.
Humble brag. My boy Greg says Keenan Allen, Smith Najigba, Nico Collins, Chris Olave, Krosky Merritt, pick 2 wide receiver, and the flex.
Start
Um,
your studs.
start your studs. We could honestly make a shirt at this point. Start your studs. Smith Najigba is going to go crazy against the Commanders, and actually, he's on pace right now to beat Megatron's record of on the season that he's having. So I'm definitely going Smith and Jigba there. With Patrick Surtain out, I want to low key ride with Nico Collins, but the Denver Broncos defense is pretty solid still. Chris Olave gets targets, nevertheless, and let's see how Suge treats that, right? But oh yeah, I'm going with JSN and Nico here for sure, and then one of your flex. Why not go against? Not why not throw in Keenan Allen against the Tennessee Titties, Tennessee Titans? You feel me?
Yeah, I'm rolling with JSN, Nico, and Olave. I think he should see plenty of targets against the Rams today.
I like it. And Indica or Sativa, shit, brother. You know, depending on what kind of moving I'm in. You know what I mean? But Indica, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I got this WebMD pulled up for the uninitiated. Um, Sativa is generally associated with uplifting, energizing, and creative effects, making it suitable for daytime use, while indica is known for its relaxing, sedating properties, making it ideal for nighttime use and pain relief. So, uh, I think sativa was involved in some of my greatest thought processes and my
Oh,
greatest ideas. Some of which have led to great business associations. So, I'm gonna go with sativa.
and like, share, and subscribe. Samuel Castillo's in the house. Appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Today, golf, Darnold or Dart. At the moment, and I'm giving away some of my rankings at the moment. I have Dart higher than I have Golf and Darnold, and then I have Darnold higher than Golf, just because of I believe is going to be Gibbs' show coming up. So I would go Jackson Dart against a San Francisco 49ers defense. Once again, they're banged up. They don't have all their studs. And I just like the aura of Jackson Dart. I think he's going to pull it out for them and have a very serviceable week. I think the Giants had them a dog in Dart. But what about you, Rocco?
I am going to go like golf.
Now, golf could very much have a day because I do have Amon Raw, St. Brown, very in my top, say my top 5 for the week. So I might have to go back relook my rankings for that one. To be honest with you, I might have golf in front of Darnold, but I had to put golf in front of Darnold. But I do still like Darnold and what JSN is going to do to that Commanders defense. Once again, throw those boys in the backwood, roll them up and smoke them because it's not going to look pretty. Looking at some other ones, our boy Phil Mob. Oh, you almost got me, motherfucker. You
What's
almost
his
got
name
me.
again?
You. Ah, that's funny. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Got him.
That's a knee slapper. I ain't gonna.
Oh, this knee is
Hey,
slapped.
hey, YouTube, report this man. Get him up out of here, y'all. I done had it.
Hey, you got to give us a follow for that one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But he says pick 2 for wide receiver Nico Collins, Mooney. Bro, what the fuck? Get Mooney. Don't make me pick up my mic again. Throw Mooney ass in the goddamn backwood. I'm about tired of him. I hope Falcons trade
Ooh, Ryan.
Waddle, but I would go Nico Collins, DJ Moore, or Pierce. Appreciate y'all insight. I would go Nico Collins and well, if you ask our boy Degens, he said DJ Moore is going to go nuclear. So let's trust the player. I'll go DJ Moore, Nico Collins, and DJ Moore. What about you, Rocco?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nico. Start your studs, and let me go. Pierce is intriguing, but
I was
he's
about to say,
also a situational deep threat. But they are going against the Steelers, and everybody eats against the Steelers. But yeah, let's roll with our guy D-Gens. I'm a DJ Moore fan, and we need to see DJ Moore eat today.
yeah, for sure, for sure. We got from Sam again. Pick two for today: Jennings, Sutton, or DJ Moore and Myers. Pick two. I'm gonna go Jennings, and I'm gonna go DJ Moore just because of Sutton and going against the Houston Texans secondary. How about you, Rob?
I I concur. I like the bounce back potential for Jennings today, and Sutton has one of the tougher matchups that he'll see all season. So let me go with Jennings, and DJ Moore. Myers has been a disappointment all year.
But it's not his fault. I would like to say that it hasn't been all his fault. He's been asking to been traded since the start of the season, basically, and they just don't want to let my boy free. They just signed Tyler Lockett, though, obviously because of the ties with the head coach. But could we see Myers actually move Rocco? Would we hope that he does get moved for fantasy? I think we all want that to see for his production wise. What do you think, Rocco?
Oh, yeah. I feel like he is going to get moved, but as we get closer and closer to the deadline, I mean, we're running out of time. We're 2 days away from the deadline. I would have hoped he'd been moved already. I think if you see him sitting today, that could be signal that he is going to get traded. So make sure that you watch out for these late scratches because Myers has been on the trade block, and if he's going to get traded, and I see no reason to play him and risk him getting hurt and losing that trade value. So keep an eye on that today.
And did today just turn into a weed education class? Because we get into the turpentine, all the intricacies of the you know what the intricate the father's grass, if you will, or the mother's grass, whatever they call it nowadays. The devil's lettuce, if you will.
Thank you for those insight, Mister My Balls.
Appreciate you. Colorado, good morning, my guy. Can someone tell me what is going on with Shaheed? I don't know. See, we got the Saints fan right here. I'll let Rocco take this question out the way. I need him to know if I can count on him. Otherwise, I only have Keon Coleman or pick through the scraps, 12-man PPR. I'll let Rocco take this one.
I mean, the problem is that Olave is a target magnet. Spencer Rattler has loved targeting Jawan Johnson, even though Jawan Johnson fucking fumbles the bag every time he gets a chance.
Jawan
Um,
Johnson.
so yeah, Shaheed is he's a little bit more than a situational deep threat. But the deep passing game is a big part of his game, and the Saints just haven't passed deep so far this year. And when they haven't had much success out of the long pass in the Giants game. So hopefully Tyler Shuck can unlock some of that deep passing game. I don't know if it was the game plan that didn't involve throwing deep with Rattler. Part of it was the line hasn't been great, especially in the interior of the line hasn't been great. So he just hasn't had the time to throw deep. So yeah, that's what's wrong with Shaheed. If Shaheed went elsewhere, I think he can really be unlocked. But it's a multitude of factors, and the Saints' offense just hasn't been good enough to feed Shaheed. Uh, so the question is Shaheed or Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman has been fucking terrible. Anybody that said what did our guy Jay said he was the number one wide receiver in that class, I think he would take it back at this point
After
because
week one,
Keon,
though, I mean, he'd had a nice week one performance,
yeah,
and after
and,
that,
and
yeah,
and what has he done since week one? He's done
not
nothing.
shit.
He's not a
Yeah,
target earner.
nothing. Yeah,
There's a lot of guys in that offense that are out targeting him, including Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir. I just don't trust Keon Coleman until he shows me a reason to trust him. So yeah, go with Shaheed today. I feel more comfortable with him getting targets over Keon Coleman.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And honestly, looking at the rest of these matchups for this week, because I don't think we touched enough on the wide receivers for the most part. And shout out to yes, you did get he did get me. He did motherfucking get me.
Mr. Balls, good job.
Yeah, bro, you was the type to he had that fake voicemail, huh? Where you just start talking and then like, oh, this is just a voicemail, bro. You was one of them people. So I'm on your ass today. No way.
I'm on your ass, Mr. Balls.
I'm on your ass, man. But looking at some guys that could explode for the day, I like George Pickens. If you have him, start him as the Arizona. And that's not to say because they do have Will Johnson, who honestly slid for no. I mean, he didn't slid. He didn't. Yes, he did have a knee injury, right? But boy, has he not been one of the better rookie corners this year. So that would be very interesting to see who he lines up on if he does travel. Maybe, but you can't take out both CD Lamb and George Pickens. So either CD is going to have a day, or I think George Pickens is going to have a day. And I think Jake Ferguson redeems himself this week as he let a lot of people down last week. I think it was a zero burger, wasn't it not? So I think with the Dallas Cowboys and Cardinals game, that's going to be fantasy gold, whether it's for the Cardinals tight end, McBride. The running backs could also end up having a day. We'll see. Maybe not. I still think Lad McConkey has a day. I'm looking at the rest of the wide receivers. Devontae Adams, Rasheed Rice. Whew. Rasheed Rice is another one that could end up having. He's in my top 10. He's not in my top 5, as I think some other guys could end up having bigger weeks. Feel really good about CD Lamb, nevertheless, after a slower or not as great week 8. Zay Flowers really didn't do much. He was there at that the previous Thursday night game against the Dolphins, but it wasn't. I think he needed a touchdown to really have a solid week. He got you with receptions, and then I believe had 79 yards. But how do you feel about the Ravens receiving core going forward?
The Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens.
Um, I I don't know if I trust Zay Flowers weekly, especially with some of the other targets in that passing game. It just seems that it still seems that Mark Andrews, is the target magnet and likely's back. So um, they just haven't shown that there's going to be enough passing volume to trust Flowers weekly as anything more than a wide receiver 3. We had hopes that he would get up to at least a wide receiver 2 level, but it just hasn't happened. So yeah, I just don't trust. I don't trust Flowers to ever be that target magnet with Mark Andrews there.
Oh, I had to see what my boy Gray said. Uh, Glenn, what you gonna do against Clayton Bigsby this week? That's our fantasy league, and Davis is from the chat is Clayton Bigsby, and it's gonna be all that boy. Is belt to ass. Cheeks getting clapped this week. It's not right now. Right now is unprojected, and I really don't care for projected points because they can lie really quickly. But I'm 5-3. I should have been up, but a lot of people got ruled out the previous week, so I took a loss. 151 to 134 right now. Davis, I'm on your ass, boy, and you were supposed to trade me back, Ferguson. I'm on your ass. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at you. You looking at me. I'm looking at you. I want my boy back. It was supposed to be a it's supposed to be a rental. You got me starting. Let me look at my lineup real quick. You got me starting Tucker Craft and Loveland, and I don't even like Loveland. So shout out to everybody back at home tuning in. Y'all my boys, and shout out to VA 703-571. Boop, boop. Always got to put that behind there. But looking at some other guys that could be on people's bench that you could start. Hear me out. Kashawn Booty And that's the sound effect we need to get. Every time we say booty, we need to say booty somewhere along.
Booty.
Booty. Shamir DK, Matthew Golden. When I say these type of names, how do you feel and where would you rank those guys? Are you starting Shamir DK anywhere? Are you starting Kasham Booty anywhere?
I'm starting Booty if you got him. You got to start Booty. You got to get Booty in there.
Yeah, I give Booty a chance sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can never go wrong with the Booty. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and when you go against the Booty, you just take an L that week. When you don't, I feel like go ahead and what we've been saying about Drake May all year. The boy is doing his work. He's doing, and also saw a interesting take where they said that he hasn't had to, the offense hasn't needed him to step up to win, and I don't really agree with that one. Just because honestly, I feel like if Drake May wasn't in some of these games, they would probably lose. And yes, you have Ramondre Stevenson doing his thing, but it's not like their wide receivers are worldly, right? It's not like they would elevate a quarterback. So I think Drake May elevates the full court, if you ask me. And if I'm looking at some other guys to feel good about for the week, how are you feeling about Roma Dunze as he has the Cincinnati Bengals? Do you believe in Caleb Williams enough to feel like a Dunze is going to have a top 10 week?
I I mean, you have to trust in that matchup. The only thing that could lessen that matchup is if Kyle Monangai is having such a good day that it lessens the passing attack. But the beautiful thing about Cincinnati with Joe Flacco is that they ramp up the scoring. So I feel like the Bears will have to score points in this game. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have to score points in this game. So I feel like everybody could be fantasy gold in this game. We're looking at the third highest over under for the week at 51.5. So basically, Vegas thinks that both teams are going to score around 25 points, give or take. And that's fantasy goodness for everybody. So, I mean, you have to go with Romo Dunze. But if Romo Dunze doesn't perform, then it's DJ Moore. So I think both guys, have the opportunity to put up points this week.
you would hope so, or at least hope so. And then let's get to some of the other ones. Did we get to Colorado where he asked Scraps Parker Washington or Darius Slayton over Shaheed?
Shaheed, Shaheed,
Shaheed every time.
yeah, Shaheed. I was just looking at it, and they have one of the better matchups. The New Orleans Saints. The Rams have one of the best front sevens in the entire league, but their slot coverage is not great, and their wide receiver two coverage isn't great. So I think Shaheed could have a day in a game where I think they'll be behind early and often. I think Shaheed will get his opportunities to score some points today. Over those guys, because fuck Parker Washington, and has Darius Slayton ever been a thing? No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. No, no,
Yeah, we're
no.
not doing that today. And we're going to be wrapping up here in the next 7 minutes. Thank you for everybody that has tuned in to the Morning Rush today. We appreciate your comments, appreciate your engagement. As today's show, or every show, really morning show, runs through y'all as we work through your start and sit questions. And honestly, I've said this multiple times in the last 2 weeks. This has been one of the most challenging fantasy seasons that, as a fantasy owner, that I personally have gone through, just due to then with the buys just starting, and then with the amount of injuries there's been, it throws you into these predicaments where you got to find guys, and once again, you got to be a waiver wire warrior and try to stay up with the rest of the competition. I feel like this year was probably the year where if you knew you weren't going to be one of the people to compete, you probably should have been out fairly quickly. I think I've seen more now that we're in week 9 of people starting to call it in and try to send out players for draft picks next year. and as I'm seeing more trades happen throughout leagues. So this is the time. If you are very not confident in your team moving forward, you don't think you're able to make a push, look to move some pieces. I'm not saying get your team, but at the same time, see how you can pivot to set yourself up and for 2026. 2026. Do you have any recommendations for the audience as we are in week 9 of the fantasy season?
Yeah, if you're new here, like, share, and subscribe to the
Like, share, and
podcast.
subscribe.
Join the completely free Discord. We can help you with some of your personal um, start sit questions and help you craft a team that can go forward and win championships right here. But as always, be honest with yourself. If you're not going to win a championship, you might as well start selling some of those older pieces to the teams that can win championships. You don't necessarily have to completely tear it down. If you're going to completely tear it down, you probably should have did that already. But if you do have older pieces that are going to lose value in this offseason, get rid of them before they go down to zero or very little return on those players. Um, yeah, and look for the teams that are going for it. You don't want to get left behind when some of the bad teams in your league start selling off, uh, trying to win a championship that's out of reach. So keep in mind for that, and also if you are close, even if you're a borderline playoff team, if your points are right there, if your points are in the top three, maybe the top four, but close to those top teams, you can push in because 2026 is not the best draft. So
No.
I would float out that first round pick and see if you can't get a stud that can put you over the top.
And then looking at these quarterbacks, right? Who do you between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen? Because I honestly think that is the race for QB1 for Week 9. Who you think ends up having a better game, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
In my rankings, I have them back to back. I think I have Josh Allen at one and Patrick Mahomes at two. But I see fireworks in this game. These are two quarterbacks that are defense agnostic. I think either one can put up great games against any defense any given week. I think they're going to have to score to keep up with each other. So both are great options, but I do have Josh Allen ahead, just so slightly above Patrick Mahomes, just because of the running element.
And then finish this sentence. Matthew Stafford is a blank quarterback. Oh, I guess that doesn't really make sense. Matthew Stafford finishes as what? A QB1. He has a QB1 type week as he go against the New Orleans Saints. QB2 type week. Do you think he's in the top 10?
This week against the Saints,
Yes.
fuck yeah. I think I have him as my QB8, I want to say. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to be a mid level QB1 with upside for more.
I like it. And then these other looking at some lower ranking guys. We have Bryce Young back this week for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know. Some people are ready to jump off ship, or some people are very holding on by a thread of hope that he can turn into something. Do you think if he doesn't, and once again, he does have a tough Green Bay Packers defense to go against. Michael Parsons might have a day against them. Do you think it starts to be curtains for Bryce Young and we start to see the downfall or basically them look to pivot somewhere else?
I think they're going to go with him for the rest of the year, but unless Rico Dowdle has a big game today, I don't have faith in Bryce Young being able to solve the Green Bay defense consistently today. So while I do think that he's going to be the quarterback for the rest of the year, if that team doesn't make the playoffs, they may look to pivot off of Bryce Young shortly.
And what are we expecting from Cam Ward today? As
Nothing.
he's been getting a lot of heat as of late.
He's my last ranked quarterback. I don't expect anything of him until he shows that he can produce.
Is it fair to consider him a bust? Some people are saying he's busted. I don't think that's fair right now.
You can't call him a bust. It's his rookie year. I mean, we've seen teams pivot off of a quarterback after 1 year, but he'd have to be historically bad. While he has been really bad, there are other factors in play. The weapons aren't great, and they've already fired their coach.
And I like it. And that has been our show today, the Morning Rush, brought to you by Fourth and Fantasy. And it was a very fun one, very engagement. Thank you, everybody, for your comments, for your chats. Remember, you can very much tap in with us, talk trades, talk about football, talk about your overall team in our free Discord that you can find in the description. You can find the link to download League Champ in the description as well, whether it's Google Play Store or Apple Store. And you can find us on multiple social medias where we have on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at this point. Uh, every damn social media where you can find us. Oh, Blue Sky. I almost forgot about that one. We have so many, sometimes I forget. So tap in with us. Appreciate everyone that supports us all the way. And before we go, here is League Champ. Hope y'all have an amazing day. Go get a dub. And I'm Honcho. This is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco.
And we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And Rocco, where are we the land of?
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos by Dynasty Sickos. Let's get some weekly wins.
Let's go. Later, everybody.